What is up, awesome people of the internet? Guys, imagine this. Imagine the thrill of stepping into a brand new conference and immediately making your mark. Guys, that is exactly what the Texas Longhorns did last year. They were in the Big 12. This year, they're in the SEC, and when it came to women's basketball, y'all, the Longhorns did their thing. They finished the regular season with a awesome 29-2 overall record, going 15-1 in the SEC. This, guys, is their best performance overall since the 1987 and 1988 season. Like, a long time it's been since Texas has been this good. And yesterday, they had senior night where they were able to celebrate the seniors, and they had a packed crowd, their biggest crowd of the year, with 10,580 people going into the Moody Center, rocking out with Texas, celebrating this awesome year for this awesome team. Texas faced Florida, and it was an easy game. It was a blowout. Not much to say about that, other than Kyla Oldacre did her thing. You know, it was a good game for Texas, but not that much to write home about because it was a blowout. 72 Texas, 46 Florida. But this game sealed the season for Texas, right? Proving that Texas truly does belong when it comes to women's basketball, at least. They truly do belong in the SEC. And here's the deal. While this team went 15-1, while they were at the top of the top when it comes to the SEC, they actually had to share their dominance and share the glory with South Carolina. Now, what happens every single year with every single conference, you have a regular season title champion, right? You have the team that had the best record in the regular season. For the SEC, it was a tie. Both Texas and South Carolina were 15-1 during the regular season. Both of these teams played each other during the regular season. Both of the teams lost to each other. All right? So South Carolina's one loss is against Texas. Texas's one loss in conference play is against South Carolina. So what do? Well, you can't the tiebreaker is gone, right? Because the tiebreaker would have went to the team that actually won against the team that they're tied with, but it didn't matter because they both lost to each other. So what do when you have the same record and you both lost to each other? Well, it's decided by a coin toss. A coin toss. Guys, this is not something you see every day, and honestly, I just can't even remember the last time we saw it. Now, sometimes I do have a short memory, so just sort of racking my brain. I'm like, I can't even remember the last time I saw this. Where we had a coin toss to determine the ultimate team that finished in the number one seed for the SEC tournament. Now, both of these teams are co-owners of the regular season conference tournament, regular season play. In terms of the conference regular season champ, right? Both Texas and South Carolina hold up the trophy. They both get the T-shirts. They both get the knowledge, the recognition and knowledge that they are the regular season champs, regular season champs. Now, what the coin toss was about was to figure out who was actually going to get the number one seed. Because while you can be tied for the regular season champs, you cannot be tied for the conference tournament because you need a number one seed and you need a number two seed to actually make the brackets work. So they had to have a coin. And the coin flip happened in the middle of yesterday's LSU versus Ole Miss game. And so that happened. It happened at halftime where the commissioner of the SEC flipped the coin, and ultimately South Carolina won the toss. Now, as you can expect, Don Staley in South Carolina is very, very, very ecstatic. Here's what Don Staley said after she found out that her team got the nick.
Hey, what's up, fams? Fresh off seeing the coin toss. Coin gods were in our favor. South Carolina, number one seed. We got to make it count. See y'all in Greenville. No, we just watched it in the locker room, and it was kind of exciting. It was kind of exciting, and the build-up was good. I know when you're part of, the equation, it doesn't feel good to have your fate in a coin toss. And I didn't know that 8 other sports use a coin flip. I keep saying toss. That was news to me. I feel a little better about it now.
And as you can imagine, Vic Schaefer, not too pleased, especially because of the commentary that the SEC commissioner ended up talking about, where he said he was practicing for like 2 hours or something like that, and Vic Schaefer was not happy at all, and he was like, what are you doing all this practicing for? it was very, very funny.
Turn it over to you. Flip the coin and tell us who that number 1 seed is going to be next week.
Okay, here we go.
And it will be South Carolina, the number 1 seed. Texas will be the 2 seed. We are expecting big things from.
Was he practicing for South Carolina to be heads up or Texas to be heads up? I mean, why do you have to practice for 2 hours? What are you trying to get accomplished? I mean, I'm not Kirby Smart. I'm not going to, hang him out. But I don't understand what does it take 2 hours to practice flipping a coin, unless you've got some motivation for that. Just saying. I can write that.
And, Texas, while they lost the coin toss, they are now the number 2 seed. And actually, let's take a quick look at the SEC tournament schedule, just so we can talk about what's going on that front. All right, so here is a look at the SEC tournament, which kicks off on Wednesday. We have Texas A&M versus Tennessee. We got Arkansas versus Georgia, Missouri versus Mississippi State, and Auburn versus Florida. As usual, when you reach the top of the conference during the regular season, you get some buys, right? So the teams that have the first bye is Vanderbilt, Oklahoma, Ole Miss, and Alabama. They're going to be facing the teams that win on Wednesday. They'll be facing them on Thursday, and the teams that ultimately win those games will end up facing South Carolina, Kentucky, Texas, and LSU. Here's the deal. I want to make some predictions in this one, right? I want to make some predictions because predictions are fun. Number 1, I do think Tennessee gets it together and they do not get got by Texas A&M. Texas A, I think Tennessee will win. Vanderbilt versus Tennessee, I kind of have Vandy actually winning that over Tennessee. So it'll be, in my opinion, on March the 7th, it'll be South Carolina versus Vandy. For Arkansas versus Georgia, because of Georgia's crazy win against Tennessee, I got Georgia beating Arkansas. Oklahoma versus Georgia, Oklahoma. Missouri versus Mississippi State. Yeah, Mississippi State. Mississippi State versus Ole Miss. I kind of want to say Ole Miss. And this is annoying because I actually like the underdog to win. I actually just don't think in these rounds that the underdog will win. Auburn versus Florida. Florida got it. Florida versus Bama. Bama versus LSU. I'm saying Bama. I'm saying Bama over LSU in this in game 12. Texas versus Ole Miss. I think Texas is going to win that. Kentucky versus Oklahoma. I'm going to say Kentucky. Then we're going to have South Carolina versus Kentucky in the semifinals. I think South Carolina's going to win. Ole Miss or Texas versus Bama, Texas. And then in the championship game, we will have a rematch for the 3rd time. South Carolina versus, and ultimately, I do believe that South Carolina will win. But we'll see. Maybe I'm right on all of this. Maybe I'm wrong. Who knows? The thing that I love about March is you just never know, because truly, anybody and everybody can and will get got. Respect the motto, guys. Merch at QLSapparel.com. I'm just saying, shameless plug. Anyway, that is the video. What do y'all think about the SEC? I got some more videos related to the SEC, but I want to talk about this video. I want to talk about Vic Schaefer's reaction, because I actually thought it was kind of funny. But at the same time, he's right. Why are you practicing for 2 hours to flip a coin? Why are you doing that? I'm just saying. Anyway, what do y'all think? Let me know in the comments. Who y'all think is going to come out of the SEC? Let me know, and I will see y'all in the next one. Until next time, guys. Bye-bye.